The game is now live between Teiko and TryHearts once again, being the second map of this best of 5, and now we are on the all classic, all great Mirage, and we can already see Teiko being on the CT side, TryHearts actually opting for the T side, and now we can expect some really slow defaults, really, step-by-step plays coming in from TryHearts. Very unlike last game, but might not be very too different, because yeah, they are seeming to go try and take a side, but yeah, they are going to be having two people trying to resist them from that happening.
Ooh, nice damage. Even while blinded, Helper gets a headshot, but oof, executed. Teiko on the point. This map showing up in their favor, but it's still a 2v3. They haven't won the pistol round quite yet, and there's a chance that they do get shut down here. So let's take a deep breath as they're getting into a rough round. But I'm going to be looking more so at what TryHearts can do with this Victor. Getting Prodigy down, trying to make this a 2v2 and trying to keep it up. We still have a Molly for Firebox, and that's why it's called it. Lighten up, and Scrabble gets the lid, but no, the Molly scares him out, but he still gets the pick, but that's going to be Victor getting a trade. And now one player remaining as the bomb is going to get smoked off, and he peeked it just a little bit too early, and Inkwell will clutch it up, and Teiko starts off a lot stronger than before.
Definitely taking the pistol round with them. And Victor, I kind of like how good this guy is with the USP. He's just super clean with it. But yeah, being able to land one headshot couldn't really save him in order to just get that defuse in. And well, with that being said, Teiko are now looking much stronger, as you said, at the previous game. Galils and Mac-10s in hand, we might just see them going really aggressive towards mid, or B, yeah, we might just see a B split coming through, probably making their way in from short, and some of them coming through apps. Should be a fairly simple round for these guys.
Ooh, good shots. And oh my goodness, Victor, double P250 headshots, taking these players out and walking it down with some really solid play. But with 3 players gone, is Teiko going to be able to clutch this up? They have rifle advantage, but if they don't guard these guns, they're not going to have them for long, and that's going to be a Mac-10 and an AK-47 found. Here comes the real scary part for this two teams.
Definitely. The big guns have been dropped, but 2 of them still in hands of Feeble Scrabble and Inkwell. Feeble Scrabble opting to play up really close. Be Short might be able to get a spray down here, but will he be traded? Yes, he will. Helper with the Galil that he picked up is going to be taking him out instantly. Yes! He also takes out Inkwell. And somehow these guys transform P250s into Galils and the round into their own as well. Wow.
Oof. That's crazy. I mean, what a turnaround. Just off the back of some pistols. That's the strats that you want to be looking at from our team, who dominated in the first game. And remember, this is a best of 3, so even if they dominate in the second, does not mean that they have won it yet. But that can change. This team is pretty solid. We have some real opportunities for Teiko to keep up their momentum from that pistol round. Unfortunately, they are going to have to go for an eco here. And if they go for an eco, they have to do what TryHearts does, getting those initial headshots, getting those pistols to do some real damage. That ain't no guarantee.
Definitely isn't. They did invest a little too much on those Galils the last round. Now they're having to pay for it. Still, though, going for a force because, hey, the last one just isn't too good yet. And on the other side, TryHearts, they are looking really good. We aren't really... Well, we are actually. Indigo. Going with that op of his. And we know how swift he is with the op. So yeah, TryHearts looking really good on the weaponry department. And they should be able to do really well in this round. And the previous round, to be honest, Teiko, they really shouldn't have messed this up. TryHearts, all they really did was exploit that connector smoke as well as they possibly could. And yeah.
Here we go.
Now we're going to be seeing the consequences of that.
Scrabble pushing on up and getting a great pick on Afamon. A little bit too ego there. Is going to upgrade the Galil to the AK and turn this game for this side. But it's early in. We still have an opportunity for these guys to find more and more pickups here, as I'm looking at maybe RT Mod, low HP, grabbing Helper. And there it is, the trade-off. But the bomb planted. The smoke's a bit too much. And Indigo through the smoke doesn't care about it. Not much at all. Getting a shot down on Evil Scrabble. Might be able to find another one. The flash is out. Shots are fired, but they still have weapon advantage. TryHearts All they have to do is just play the time, play together, and get their shots off. That's 2. And the last player standing is Inkwell, who can't do it.
Oh boy. The way these guys just adapt and just start rescaling up on site is just crazy. I mean, our team was able to deliver some damage to the Tech 9 there, but the trade was just really quick. And yeah, Victor was there to just, be the first one to start scaling up on site. And yeah, the way they were able to take it all back from Teiko as soon as they took it is just, it's really just insane. And yeah, TryHearts, they're once again looking strong.
Looking strong, and now in this round, you're going to have to take a deep breath here. There's so many ways this can go wrong, and unfortunately for Teiko, they only have 2 grenades. So unless they're trying to nade stack Van, I don't see them really having a successful time here, but looks like they are going to be cutting into mid with the smoke out. It's up to Artimon with the Tech 9 again, and no, absolutely shredded. Another spray, but the jumping gun, running gun, re-hit, and no, he's still alive. And they managed to grab one. Scrabble's able to get the pick, and they keep it going. They keep themselves alive here.
Helper, though, pushed as well, and is going to be finding one guy who just tries to exit. There's the Molly, and that is going to be letting him bail out of top mid. And yeah, TryHearts looking good in this round. 3 Deagles still alive, though. Can land a few headshots, maybe even 5, but definitely takes a lot more than that. Helper and Victor just, closing it out. Scrabble being the only one alive. All that he can really do is maybe get his hands on one of Afumon's guns or just land a few headshots for the money.
I think they got this. I think they have enough damage. All you got to do is just take your time, show up, show out. Evil Scrabble trying to find their pick, but he's walking into a death trap here. We are going to be seeing Helper right around the corner, and reaction time is all that matters, and unfortunately Helper's reaction time is where it's at.
Well, M4 toss back, and well, yeah. So TryHarts, they are taking this out really well, but oh well, all Teiko really had to work around with in the previous round was just the Eagles, and now they're finally on their AKs after a really unfortunate second round. This is the only time round they're going to be getting. I think this might just be the last one, because the way TryHarts is able to, get their momentum and the way they were able to hold on to it, yeah. Teiko needs to do something about it, and if they don't, it might not end up... It just might end up looking not good for these guys.
Yeah, I mean, looking not so good, not so hot. Oh! Not 2 picks with their Inkwell. Might be able to find our second. Come on, take your time. I mean, this is the sub player, and they're doing really good. I mean, this is who you want to see popping off. Like, out of any time you can fall back, it's now that you can see them really step it up to the plate. But that's going to be your team traded out. Scrabble now stuck in hell. Has to wait for Helper to help him out. Still have a lot of players in mid and stairs. That connector spot very contended. And one good nade starts off with some good damage. Afamon able to grab Hope. Keeping up the energy. Another player in stairs executed. And there's Artimon getting his. But 1v3. Inkwell still trying to lurk up mid. Not finding his value very well. And as the executed side on A, their entire team fell.
Inkwell, last one alive. On a vacation. He was, and how did he not spot that guy?
I think his gun was in the way. I think his gun, he couldn't see it because
definitely
of the position.
that's a view model fault. I'm pretty sure as well.
Oh, so sad.
That is so unfortunate. Yeah.
Let's see. Well, another round where Teiko doesn't have enough money. I mean, we thought this was going to be incredibly close. These 2 teams dominating the semifinals, but maybe the gap between them was just too great. TryHarts keeping up the energy no matter what map they play on. If it's Teiko's map pick or if it's TryHarts map pick, they get the picks, they get the kills, and they have to do it again.
Look at our team mod. Just trying to be a little more aggressive. Oh, what is that? That is nasty on Helper. He did not see that coming through. The quick Tech 9 headshot, and now the A main rush is coming through. Afamon with the blind spray down is going to be able to get 2. Hope now with the headshot delivered. They are going to be able to secure side, but not quite enough. Our team mod has his hands on an M4 and is going to be able to make full use of it. Victor coming through from Ticket as well. I'll be able to find a few there, but is going to be deciding to be a little more passive and trying to be cautious. If anyone is trying to go through jungle.
Nice. Good shot from Victor. Hope's last player left. Does have the bomb. Does manage to actually sneak past this Victor there and will be able to get the bomb planted. But I think he did see the last little bit of foot. And with the bomb planted, they know it has to be coming here. Good smoke, but Hope, you only have a Tech 9. You only got one weapon to make it worth it. But, oh, so smart. CTs knowing to play this distance-wise, knows that they have the weapon advantage and they have the angle.
Definitely do. Coming through from short. Hope stuck inside bench. Eventually, he will be checked. And eventually, he has to take the fight. Smoke the ball. Okay.
Just shoots him in the head.
No.
I mean,
yep.
It makes sense.
It's that simple. And he's even going to
bang it.
He's even showcasing it. Hey, this is exactly where he was. That's how I shot him. I just know. Amazing stuff.
Just a smart team. That's what they are. I mean, right now it's a little bit of a game sensitive, but that can change. We can't see them turn this back, but at the end of the day, 5-1, it's time for rifle round. It's round 7. We're gonna have some real guns back in the fray here. So, who's out to play? Let's see these kills and see what they can do. Already smoking for a mid aggress. You got 2 people going that way. You got a lot of people setting up B. Like what I'm seeing, but I'm gonna have to see a little bit more. Oof. And unfortunately, we don't connect that.
Not being able to deliver with the op, and that's kind of somehow Teiko's sign to actually start moving towards A side, as they did see someone, or they kind of sensed a mid aggression. This might just be the right call. There is someone playing super aggressive, or is going to be playing under Palace at least. Teiko taking this time. Everything is silent. There are the smokes, and the A-side rush is going to be coming through. It is all on TryHearts player to stop this out. There's the molly. They should be able to cross through jungle really easily, but they still have to clear out Afamon, who is there, and he has been traded out. Inkwell coming into the play as well with Prodigy, delivering the shot onto Helper too. Teiko looking really good at this one. Oh boy.
Oof. Wow, another shot from Indigo. Indigo is just so clean with it, but Prodigy mollied away from Firebox. It's why it has its name. It's time to get the flick and gets Indigo down. 1 player remaining, 1v3, AK in hand. Has to push up through CT. Has to manage to get around these corners, but it's around the corner. You also have to get the headshots, and unfortunately, it's not too easy in this spot. Linking up.
Pretty much 3 different players ready for the trade on Victor. And yeah, as the time runs out, they have to run away as well. Victor going in for the exit, might even ninja this, but the Palace guy should be on his way. Yep, not enough time, and it's going to be going off. A good try by Victor.
He gets the kill. Prodigy loses the op because of that.
That is huge, still.
Oh, so unfortunate. I mean, for Prodigy to get taken out like that, that's going to be a real big setback for this team. And now you're looking at hopefully, Teiko keeping up this momentum. I mean, it's not going to be easy with the way that this game's been going. They've been shut down, shut out, and shut back every second. Now they're going to have to figure this out. But Prodigy doesn't get to bring an op to here. Doesn't have the chance at diffing Indigo anymore. So they have to go for somewhere short. You know what's crazy? We haven't seen them push apartments once. One time they could push apartments. That's the weak point, but they love fighting mid, and fighting mid against Indigo's op usually is a recipe for disaster.
Definitely. In TryHearts, as you said, they haven't really been, Teiko haven't really been pushing apartments, and TryHearts is just taking full advantage of that. They have Victor posted up deep inside apps, and he is making his way to TV room. So yeah, at TryHearts, they've just a really huge advantage in terms of information here. Can't just focus all on aim. There we go. The connector spray down from Helper coming through, making it a 3K for this guy. An easy spray down, and the rest of them are probably going to be coming through main. Afamon is conscious of Palace and is going to be delivering the shots onto Evil Scrabble perfectly. Oh, what a round by these guys. Just exploiting every single thing that Teiko is doing wrong. Not sending anyone through B apps. And yeah, the round secured for these guys. Oh boy.
Just so clean. I mean, Helper 3K, making it look easy, and now Teiko back again on being on their last foot They have to manage to make this. Remember, last game was a 13-4, and, you know, how many times was it a 13-5 yesterday? I mean, it seems like we're just watching the semis again with TryHearts absolutely dominating, but an op in hand, look at that positioning. Has to back up from too much util, but they're bringing pistols into the long-range mid-fight yet again. Why? I mean, I know that Mirage, you want to try to take mid-presence, very similar to Ancient, but when you are on a pistol rush, sometimes flying out of van, flying out of apartments, and at van can make you separate this team. But, yeah, let's get the weapon advantage. And, yeah, Helper's just going to be able to take 2 again for free.
Clean.
Pushing up mid is an execution, and there's Hope getting 1. Finally, they're actually executing properly. But no, Indigo already set up. It's a little bit too little too late, and with 1 player left, Scrabble has to go for the bomb plant, and right in his foot, he gets legged, mollied, and murdered.
What can Teiko even really do in that situation? It is just... I mean, you're kind of right that a 5-man push through van might just work out for these guys because, yeah, when you have pistols, you're just bound to lose members of your team at mid if you just decide to go that way. But yeah, Teiko, they're just trying their best at this point, but it's just simply not working out. TryHearts are they're just being way too dominating. And the firepower that is coming from some of their members is like Helper, they're just popping out. Victor, Helper on 13 frags each this early into the game. Yeah. TryHearts is just, they're in their groove right now.
They definitely are. They know the style of play that makes them win, and they know exactly what they have to do to pretty much just cook here. But as we're getting into this round, as we're getting into a new chance at Redemption Forum, I'm looking hopeful at Inkwell. I'm looking hopeful at this player who's been pretty consistent at getting first blood, but then traded. Pushing into lower, and ooh, Helper just barely misses him out. Oof, good op.
Good shot. Nades should be able to clear him out, but yeah, he's still standing strong at ladder. Not really looking very keen. They are kind of assuming that he's B-Short. Rage Machine is going to be there for the trade. Teiko, they have considerable mid control at this point. That Molotov is definitely going to be making the op a push away, but he is still there and alive, and they haven't exactly cleared him out. Rage Machine playing short is going to be clearing out RT Mod. And yeah, not looking very good for Teiko so far. Making their way towards A side, but yeah, Evil Scrabble getting some work done.
Getting some work. Looking pretty solid. Prodigy with that op. Might be able to find some opening, but remember, 41 seconds. They have yet to actually... Wait, they don't have bomb. They left it in top mid when RT Mod died. They don't have the bomb. They took all of this A site. It doesn't even matter. Oh, no way. Teiko, the best round that they had. And Afamon's going to cripple them with just 1 solid hold. 1, 2. That's all free for them. Inkwell has to get the flank going, but Afamon, he just has to keep holding the bomb. Indigo gets it, and that's the round. Oh, my God. Teiko, you had that, and all you needed was the bomb carrier.
That is so unlucky for these guys. They actually had a proper A execute, managed to get onto side, but I think the only reason they were able to get onto A side is because TryHearts had the position of the C4. So yeah, TryHearts is playing it out really smart, holding the bomb, not caring anything about either of the sides. So yeah, round after round, they are making it look as worse as possible for Teiko.
Pretty solid. Ooh. Shots fired, and Prodigy able to grab Afamon. No longer can Afamon punish you early in this game with some solid play styles, but let's see if they're going to be able to keep up that energy with a spray. Helper getting 1, Hope getting 2, thanks to the nade, and there's Evil Scrabble getting Victor. And another one. They clean up the round. Again, something about the pressure of the last round in these halves is turning this game completely in their favor, and they might be able to keep it up. But it's not going to be another 10-2. Will it be a 9-3 or will it be an 8-4?
That is a real question that we have on our hands here. Really just looking at the round predictions, how these teams have been playing. To be honest, TryHearts is probably just taking another round because Teiko, they didn't exactly manage to, get the bomb down in the previous game. They were previous rounds already. They just really just took that round because of the eliminations. Once again, Indigo breaking that smoke. He was punished for it once by Inkwell, but I don't think that's happening again. This time around, Teiko, they are forcing it, or at least seeming to force it all out on B side, and TryHarts, they do seem to have a read on it as Teiko is making a lot of noises there. There we go. Indigo is going to be catching the first guy who's going to be dropping. Nice. Rage Machine doubling it up. Being on short is going to be pretty much locking down B apps. Teiko is just stuck inside at this point. Will they get more? And yes, they will. Helper is turning it into a 5v2. Afamon making it a single person alive on Teiko's side, who's just Prodigy.
Go. Shots fired. It's over. They didn't even get a bomb plant. 9-3 executed. And that is a solid round. Oh my God, Victor has a 69% headshot. You look over at Teiko, you have Afamon, or not Afamon, you have, of course, Inkwell here with an 80%. I mean, just kind of gaming right now. These guys definitely, they got good aim. It's the team coordination that we're missing out on right here. And I'm hoping that they're going to be able to turn the fight here, turn the game a little bit, but it's not easy to turn this game around. They have a long way to go, a long way coming. But doesn't mean that they can't. Doesn't mean that they don't know how to lock this in, as we are getting into our next round, getting into, hopefully, a shutback from this team. I'm looking at TryHearts, though. What's going on over in Palace?
Victor is waiting for someone to push through, but one guy up really close. We probably aren't seeing any moves on the map in the meantime, because yeah, TryHarts, they're just seemingly really passive at this point, just waiting for Teiko to push any of the spots around the map. But Teiko not making any mistakes either. They're just as patient as TryHarts is right now.
Finally, shots break out, bullets hit walls. Let's see if they're going to embed into some people instead of some concrete, as right now we got Inkwell in a great position to shut down Victor, but Bomb still wanting to go over towards B site through apps. All we need is the timing. This is an old school strat. If Victor makes some noise right now, people are going to turn. And he gets one. No rotations quite yet, but the smokes are going to start flying on site, and they got to go fast. But watch out. There's one cat. The back site, Prodigy having to find a pick. Up close and personal, They get executed. Ooh, USPS. Hope gets one. And the bomb's going to get planted, but the retake is favoring CT.
Probably is. Afamon is going to be landing a really quick headshot onto Hope early on, and now it is a full-on retake. Teiko trying to flood into sight. Only one guy, RT Mod, is going to be there. Helper with the angle advantage. Eagle Scrabble, last guy alive, 1v2. Can he do this? And no, he cannot deliver. Unfortunately, with TryHarts taking this round, even though they sacrificed a member up until up there in Palace, not much there Teiko could have done. The way they just blasted out of a B main, B apps. Yeah.
Just pretty solid game. Solid game for them. And that makes it a 3-10 score line. And unfortunately, last time we saw this, TryHarts just kept it going. We're not seeing too much of a force here. They're going for a light buy for the side of Teiko. Going for all Deegs in hand. I think one person has dualies. Yeah, we got RT Mod with the dualies, but everybody else is bringing in the Desert Eagle, one of the most iconic weapons, and a decent shot at cutting the distance between these two teams. We might be able to find a nice opening pick, but it's going to come down to how TryHarts executes this. Smokes over in mid. Indigo has that Galil, and they're ready to swing.
Not really letting any Desert Eagles get an eye on them. Window has been smoked off. Not really con though. They have to make the crossing. Mid presence given, and with that, they're not really capitalizing on any of it. Just playing it out really passive for now. Once again, TryHarts, I really like how they're playing out this T side.
And I like how these guys are being a little bit patient. I'm gonna see, are they gonna execute into B again? You know, with their weapons, unfortunately, going into a pistol fight, CTs might be able to get the drop on them. It really does come down to who's going to be swinging and what angles they're taking together. But we get on in here. The shots are fired and Hope gets one. And here comes the real swing. Another one. No, Hope is executed. Unfortunately, Inkwell just watches as he falls as well.
Not looking good once again for Teiko, but what can they really do with just Desert Eagle's Prodigy being the only one alive? The B-Ops drop was just way too strong for Teiko to handle. Hope was able to get a headshot in onto Victor, but that's all Teiko could manage in this round. And Prodigy is just going to be going a little towards CT, is maybe getting an exit short or two, but yeah. Where do you really think this game is going, Edu?
How do I really think this game is going?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean, communication, but when you see someone swing out like that, Prodigy has his crosshair on that player first and whiffing a shot. You know, it's little things like that. They're not winning their 1v1s, you know? You got 2 players 5 and 12 right now. You have another player 6 and 13, 2 players 6 and 13, 2 players 5 and 12. You know, mechanically, they're getting shut down, and Teiko is going to have to take a breath. They're going to have to figure out what their game plan is. Unfortunately, this team is doing an amazing job at shutting them down.
Definitely is the case, and yeah, we have been seeing the consequences of that on Teiko's side. I mean, as we mentioned in Ancient as well, there were not enough trades. Some players were getting ballsy enough to take the fight, but not the rest of them, their entire team. So yeah, definitely missing a lot of coordination there. And now we can see TryHearts. Util has been dumped on A side, and now they're walking out of A main. RT Mod MP9's out, but is going to be shut down instantly after he takes down one. Victor doing a lot of job there, and even taking one down with the molly. Really good utility usage there. And they have pretty much locked down A side because of the smokes. Still do have to clear it out stairs though, and as soon as the single smokes fade, Teiko is on the retake.
And Teiko on the retake. It's only 2 players. They do have 1 smoke, and they're going to use it for Palace. Might be able to help him out, but you got to be careful when you use that kind of stuff. This team knows how to shut this back. Block this in. There's some shots fired, but nobody's dead yet. Nobody's dying. Galil comes out on top for Rage Machine, and Hope having to save means TryHearts gets match point advantage.
Well, Mirage is pretty much going towards TryHearts as well, because Teiko are now at a 9.9 round difference against these guys, and they're gonna be having to win 9 rounds in a row with just Hope being able to save out 1 gun. And yeah, the economy is looking really bad for these guys. They're just gonna have to force as much as they can, getting all the utilities, maybe even a pistol or something. But yeah, really not looking good. Evil Scramble, 2 rifles and 2 MP9s to make it a 3 rifle stack with Inkwell, but this is going to be super hard for Teiko to manage.
Doesn't mean that they can't. All they have to do is win 9 in a row. I mean, how hard is that? We've all played Counter-Strike before. Nading your teammate. Nope, naded by the enemy team. Dash Victor grabbing the pick down and executing one, but the trade a little bit too strong here. We do have one pushed up inside of apartment. Might be able to find some value, but looks like this is going to be a slow rotate for the T side. Being good 1-for-1 for Prodigy might be able to, you know, set them back, but it's the fight out in mid that I'm looking at. I need to see how Teiko plays against their team. The enemy's very strong here.
Definitely Hope are really close. TryHearts. They do have a member who's going to be Indigo. Also trying to see if anyone pushes through apps, but Hope is just going to be there to keeping the information for these guys. Teiko actually has a lot of information because, yeah, they do have someone pushed up really deep inside Palace as well. He pretty much has T-spawn at this point, so they exactly know what Teiko is trying to do. TryHard, sorry, but yeah. There we go. The first pick has been found by Indigo, and that is going to be their sign to go inside B side. They are trying. There we go. Yeah. Indigo just opening up the side for his teammates perfectly. Just taking the one-on-one duels. Rage Machine tripling it up with this guy. RT Mod, though. Interesting positioning. How much is he able to gonna do with just that single MP9 kill?
Nothing. And the game's gonna end with 2 bullets from Indigo's gun and a very solid play style. Honestly, what we're looking at right now is a team diff. I mean, you're looking at Teiko on either their map pick, not their map pick, getting